made in the Bahamas. Watch, follow, stay connected with the most trusted name in news. Election night, you decide. Thursday, September 16th, live at 6 p.m. right here on the ZNS Network.
One of the things that the church must be aware of, that this is no seat time and season for us to get so deep and holy that we can't hail folk who hurting next to us. We can't hail the people in our neighborhood. We can't see how hungry they are. We can't get too deep, brothers and sisters, and so anointed that we forget that if someone hurt you, you gotta forgive them.
Sundays at 8:30 a.m. on ZNS TV 13.
You're watching the ZNS Network, the People's Station.
Coming up in the Bahamas tonight, the National Report. Staff absences forced to shut down of several Family Island airports. Quarantine voters given the approval to vote in the general election. The COVID death toll increases yet again. And operations at the Princess Margaret Hospital's morgue suspended. The Bahamas tonight, the National Report, up next after this.
Hurricane season is here, so now's the time to start checking off your list. Make note of what you have. Test your batteries, radio, flashlights, and the expiry date on your first aid kit. You may have to replace a few things. Then make sure you have at least 1 gallon of drinking water per day for each person, 2 weeks supply of non-perishable food, a cooler for ice, and if you have an infant, pack a bag of baby items. Keep spare toilet paper, paper towels, and sanitation wipes, along with cleanup supplies, trash bags, waterproof packaging for personal documents, and mosquito repellent. Have 2 extra face masks per person and enough hand sanitizer and life vests for everyone in the household. And have a plan. If shelter gets compromised, plan with household members beforehand how you will escape. That might mean having a knife, axe, crowbar, or other tool to pry open a door, window, or roofing in an emergency. For more information and a full hurricane prep checklist, visit ZNSBahamas.com.
Hear that? If you listen closely, you can hear the heartbeat of a nation. That unique sound of a great country pounding with colorful history, a rich culture, and unwavering ambition. When you look around, you recognize its pulse. The people who love to celebrate, who identify with triumph, a people who know how to be our brother's keeper. Commonwealth Bank, built by Bahamians, here for Bahamians, Bahamians helping Bahamians.
This portion of the news is brought to you by BTC Superfast Internet for Less. Best rate, no debate. Sign up today.
Several major Family Island airports at a standstill. Good evening, I'm Jimenita Swain. Welcome to the Bahamas Tonight, the National Report. Thanks so much for tuning in. Flights in 4 islands were left stalled today as airport staff staged a bout of industrial action. A power move by the Bahamas Public Service Union apparently pushed back against a lower pay among Family Island staff. Kishla Adderley leads us off tonight with the latest details.
An early flight was not an option at the Leonard Thompson Airport in Marsh Harbor, Abaco today, as staffers failed to show for work, essentially grounding operations. The scenario repeated at airports in Cat Island, Bimini, Great Harbor Key, and San Salvador, reportedly over a disparity in pay between airport authority staff in the Family Islands and those in New Providence. Aviation Director Algernon Cargill.
The airport in Abaco, Marsh Harbor, Abaco, was the one most affected. And I say most affected because the Abaco economy is rebounding. Abaco, and there's a lot of movement at the Leonard Thompson International Airport. Also airports in Cat Islands, Bimini, Great Abakia, and San Salvador, the employees are withdrawing their labor. We are aware of instructions that the employees receive via voice note from the shop steward in the union requesting that they withdraw their labor today and tomorrow. But irrespective of the attempts to close these airports permanently today and tomorrow, the airport authority has mobilized teams from Nassau who are currently on the ground in Abaco, and they have reopened that airport. And we plan to leave the team there as long as it takes to ensure that the airport remains open.
Mr. Cargill noted that he was surprised at the action since talks were underway to eliminate the inequity.
Concerned that employees in the Family Islands get less than employees in Nassau. This is a problem that since the Family Island employees joined the airport authority. They were previously members of the civil service, and the airport authority is a higher pay scale. At the time, management in 2017, I believe it was, did not pay the employees at the same rate. Notwithstanding, since I became the acting general manager of the airport, I have met Mr. Ferguson. We have operated transparently and completely in good faith. I've advised him that I adopt his position, that we have advised the Ministry of Tourism and Aviation by way of a recommendation to be advanced to the Cabinet of the Bahamas to increase the salaries of the Family Island employees. Mr. Ferguson and his team have reviewed and verified all of our calculations, and he is aware that we have done everything in good faith to ensure that the employees in the Family Islands are compensated at the same rate as employees in Nassau.
There were reports that the voice note directed the action of BPSU members today, but President Kingsley Ferguson did not return calls up to news time. Kishla Adderley, ZNS Network News.
We turn now to news on the general elections that's only 3 days away. We can tell you that a statement from the Office of the Prime Minister confirmed that persons in quarantine will be able to vote in Thursday's general elections. According to the Emergency Powers COVID-19 orders, the individual must wear a fitted mask that covers the nose and mouth, maintain a distance of 6 feet from others, and sanitize their hands before entering the polling station. The release also indicates that once the individual has voted, they must immediately return to quarantine. While Parliamentary Commissioner Lobato Duncanson not backing down from claims that only fully vaccinated persons can cast their ballots in this Thursday's general election, our news team has viewed a social post detailing specific venues where fully, partially, and unvaccinated can vote. The Parliamentary Commissioner is adamant that under no circumstances has Parliamentary Registration Department officials issued any requirement that an individual needs to be vaccinated before voting.
One of the recommendations that the Ministry of Health officials made to the Parliamentary Registration Department is that the Parliamentary Registration Department personnel, poll workers, that such persons be vaccinated. That was not a mandatory requirement. It was a recommendation that persons who work within the polls, in an effort to minimize the spread of any sort of COVID-19, a recommendation was made that the poll workers be vaccinated.
The Commissioner maintains that the department wants to ensure that all COVID-19 protocols are adhered to for all poll workers.
When we conveyed to the poll workers, we know that we live within a society where individuals may want to read, research, etc., before taking necessary action. The Parliamentary Registration Department is aware that it cannot mandate. It is not the Parliamentary Registration Department intent, nor has it ever communicated to poll workers that they have to be vaccinated. We conveyed that the poll workers, that there's a recommendation that persons be vaccinated.
Well, the Parliamentary Registration Department's looking to make it easier for seniors and disabled voters to turn out on Thursday. A concierge service will be available at the very large polling stations. These include H.O. Nash Junior High, Thelma Gibson Primary, Prince William High, C.B. Bethel Senior High, Government High School, Gerald Cash Primary, Anatole Rogers High, Sadie Curtis, Carlton Francis, Cleveland Aeneas, Garbadines Primary Schools, Bahamas Academy, Aquinas College, C.I. Gibson, St. Anne's, and R.M. Bailey High Schools, along with S.C. McPherson Jr. There is, however, a process to follow. First, a Parliamentary Registration Department officer will identify and greet seniors and the disabled from the entrance of the polling place and take the voter to a covered area to be seated. The same will apply in the case of those standing. The voter will then be taken to the designated polling station. Once there, the floor clerk will alert the presiding officer. The voter will be allowed to vote immediately and then escorted to the main entrance. In the event you're still unsure where you can vote, you can call the Parliamentary Registration Department's call center Monday to Wednesday, September 15th from 8 a.m. to 10 p.m. and on Election Day, September 16th from 8 a.m. to 5:45 p.m. That number 362-3888 or 601-3001. Toll free, it's 242-300-2265 or 242-300-718. Well, the Zonta Club of New Providence extending well wishes to all female general election candidates. With the election day just days away, Zontians are supporting every female candidate who has made the courageous attempt to rise in politics. Zonta Club of New Providence President Marissa Mason-Smith noted in a statement that Zontians believe having more women in Parliament would allow for inclusive policy making that affects more than half of the country's population. She added that whether they win, lose, or draw, these female candidates will redefine the political landscape in their parties and in the nation for other women to follow in their footsteps. While election observers of the Caribbean community, CARICOM, arrived in town today for Thursday's general elections upon accepting an invitation from government. According to CARICOM's website, the CARICOM election observation missions are expected to meet with the electoral officials, political party leaders, and other stakeholders. The team members will also monitor the voting process, including the opening of the poll, the casting of votes, the closing of the poll, and the counting of the ballots. The team leaves the country on Saturday. Well, also in town are election observers from the Commonwealth through an invitation from the Governor General. That 8-person delegation is being led by former Prime Minister of Jamaica, His Excellency Bruce Golding. The Commonwealth's release confirmed that starting today, observers will be deployed in small teams across various islands, to observe voting, counting, and results process, as well as meet with other stakeholders in respective locations. On Election Day, they will observe the opening, voting, closing, counting, and the results management process. The group will then issue an interim statement on its preliminary findings this Saturday, September 18th. A final report will be prepared and submitted to the Commonwealth Secretary General and subsequently shared with relevant stakeholders and made publicly available. This is the second time the Commonwealth will observe the Bahamian election. The first was in May 2017. The group will then depart the country on September 23rd. While also making news tonight, the Free National Movement and the government getting a pat on the back from the Bahamas Nature Conservancy, commending the party for continuing to lead a peaceful democratic process as general elections approach during a challenging time in our country's history. In a letter penned to FNM National Chairman Kyle Culmer Sr., the Nature Conservancy applauded government for what it called notable achievements towards a more resilient Bahamas where people and nature thrive even though challenged with devastations of multiple storms and the COVID-19 pandemic. Some of those achievements include passing a strong suite of environmental legislation, the Fisheries Act 2020, and phasing out single-use, non-biodegradable plastic bags and other items deemed hazardous. The environmental group also lauded the abatement of dangerous fires at the New Providence landfill and recurrent oil seepage into sea at Clifton Pier, a climate change program at the University of the Bahamas, and the creation of the Ministry of the Disaster Preparedness, Management, and Reconstruction. While still to come, operations at the hospital's morgue on hold and a new system to facilitate bail in the courts launched today. Those stories and more when the National Report continues.
And remember to tune in to the Morning Edition with LaDawn Davis and Charles Fisher at 7 o'clock weekday mornings. We also have news updates at every hour starting at 2 p.m. You can then watch the Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition, at 6:30 and the National Report live at 7 p.m. All right here on the ZNS Network.
This portion of the news was brought to you by Sun Oil Limited Shell, fueling journeys that matter.
Hear that? If you listen closely, you can hear the heartbeat of a nation. That unique sound of a great country pounding with colorful history, a rich culture, and unwavering ambition. When you look around, you recognize its pulse. The people who love to celebrate, who identify with triumph, a people who know how to be our brother's keeper. Commonwealth Bank, built by Bahamians, here for Bahamians, Bahamians helping Bahamians.
Meeting at KFC, John was appointed the Savings Ambassador. Get a mega crazy bundle with 9 pieces of freshly prepared, hot and juicy KFC chicken and mega-sized servings of creamy coleslaw and fluffy mashed potatoes smothered in home-style gravy. All for only $22. Save like an expert, only on Tuesdays and only at KFC Nassau.
Best rate, no debate. Best rate, no debate.
BTC gives more savings on the best fiber internet. It's super fast with super savings in every package. Compare and see for yourself. Enjoy the best home internet experience for all your work, study, and entertainment.
Best rate, no debate. Best rate, no debate.
Visit a BTC store to sign up for the best internet experience on the Bahamas' best fiber network.
Health is the greatest gift. That's where we come in. Bahamas Medical and Surgical Supplies is a premier distributor of medical equipment, as well as medical and surgical consumables. Our engineers are always on hand, providing top care service that saves lives. We carry a wide selection of over-the-counter and prescription items, IV fluids, and other injections. Our products are state-of-the-art, and our entire team stays on top of cutting-edge technology. With more than 2 decades of dedicated service, Bahamas Medical and Surgical Supplies continues to be a trendsetter and innovator in healthcare. We have set ourselves apart by truly caring for our customers. We understand the intricacies of healthcare and we produce spectacular results. We cherish our partnerships and nurture our friendships as we continue on our quest to help everyone maintain that wonderful gift of good health. Find us on 9th Fifth Terrace, Centerville, right in the heart of the medical service epicenter of Nassau, Bahamas.
There's nothing as powerful as knowing where you belong. No more waiting. It's time to come home. Come home to friendly smiles. Come home to convenience. Come home to more interest on savings and lower fees. Come home to our bank and your bank. Come home to Bank of the Bahamas, your bank of solutions.
This portion of the news was brought to you by McDonald's. McDonald's, I'm loving it.
Welcome back. Operations at the Princess Margaret Hospital's Rand Morgue has been suspended until further notice. A public hospitals authority released today confirmed that this would include the identification of remains and the collection of remains by morgue, or rather by funeral homes. The Public Hospitals Authority and Princess Margaret Hospital apologizes for any inconvenience caused during the interruption in services. Well, head of the Princess Margaret Hospital's Accident and Emergency Department, Dr. Krista Wells, says since the start of the COVID-19 pandemic, staff have been on the front line of the COVID-19 fight. Comparing the third wave of the virus to the first and second, she says it's been brutal and relentless, straining the resources of the healthcare facility that has exhausted all available spaces.
In terms of our COVID response, we have extended into the old general practice clinic, as well as the food court of the Margaret Hospital. And once again, we are rendering a care on the porch. This lack of space is also coupled with the fact that we have limited resources as well as limited human resources.
Well, while there's a lack of inpatient beds are also a challenge, either because wards are being renovated, forced to close because of exposure to COVID-19, and insufficient human resources to open more inpatient beds. She says the current situation is unsustainable and appeals to the public to work with medical professionals that are emotionally and mentally burnt out.
People are dying from COVID-19, and we cannot sustain what is happening in terms of our health care and providing care. We cannot continue. We need the help of the community to partner with us. As we as healthcare members, as we render quality care, we ask that you partner with us, adhere to the safety protocols established by the Ministry of Health, our public health services, and you are encouraged to get vaccinated.
The latest numbers from the Princess Margaret Hospital continue to support the safety net that COVID-19 vaccinations provide. Statistics from PMH say between August 1st and September 8th, 99 unvaccinated persons died, 5 partially vaccinated persons died, and there were no deaths among the vaccinated. Among the 400 hospitalized, 383 were unvaccinated, 14 were partially vaccinated, and 3 were fully vaccinated. Well, now to the latest COVID numbers. Some 161 new COVID cases between Saturday, September 11th and Sunday, September 12th, coupled with triple-digit hospitalizations and another round of COVID deaths. That two-day total comprises 130 in New Providence, 11 each on Grand Bahama and Andros, 4 on Exuma, 2 on Abaco, and 1 on the island of, or rather on the Berry Islands, for an overall total now of 19,601. Another 9 deaths between August 18th and September 8th brings the death toll now to 463. 5 of the victims males, all New Providence residents except for 1 Abaconian. Their ages ranging from 47 to 72 years. 29 deaths remain under investigation. As of Sunday, 187 people had been admitted to hospital with COVID, a slight decrease over recent days. 23 of those people are occupying beds in the intensive care units, with Doctors Hospital bearing the brunt. At last count, 17,340 people had recovered from the highly transmissible disease, 301 of them yesterday. Well, crisis typically evokes negative thoughts, but for the lucrative cruise industry that the COVID-19 brought to its knees, it's also given rise to an incredible opportunity to ditch the traditional approach and shift. And local cruise port professionals say so far, so good. Bakashla Pinder has the story.
From all accounts, home porting wasn't in the cards, at least not for the Port of Nassau that has historically been a transit port. That is, cruise passengers come in the morning, leaving in the evening. But a delay in the cruise industry's restart out of neighboring Florida changed this, and the numbers have been quite impressive. Nassau Cruise Port CEO Mike Morris says the first month, June, pulled in 7 to 8 ships. In July, 21 to 22. In August, those numbers again doubled to 42. And at last count, the port was just under 30 arrivals for September.
So, we're going to surpass August. And so what we're seeing is a expected jump in ship arrivals every month. And by year end, we would expect to see anywhere or somewhere in the neighborhood of about 200,000 passengers for the month of December.
And according to Mora, that land and sea vacation here in the Bahamas has not only augured well for the cruise passenger, but the local labor market.
We've had to increase our employment. We've had to add forklift operators. We've had to add security personnel. We've had to contract with the Royal Bahamas Police Force to provide canine scanning support for the luggage when it arrives here at Nassau Cruise Port. So for us here at the cruise port, we've had to double the number of people that work ordinarily here at Nassau Cruise Port to support a home port operation.
Cruise ships, though, could not resume sailing without adhering to stringent health protocols. And as Mora tells it, those vessels that call on the Port of Nassau have exceeded what the Atlanta-based Centers for Disease Control requires, beginning with the multiple COVID tests a passenger undergoes before embarking a ship.
The industry has contracted with the government of the Bahamas in that the industry is 100% responsible for underwriting any health issue on that ship. So the idea that someone would come off the ship and burden our health system is not the case. The fact is that the ship is responsible. We can facilitate by allowing that person, that infected person, to debark, get into a safe vehicle, get to the airport, and take a private jet to a hospital in the States in their hometown.
As many have long accepted, the port CEO agrees that COVID is here for the long haul.
It's not going to go away. There isn't any vaccine that's going to make it disappear. It's here forever. And so what we're finding is that no different than a cruise ship, a hotel, an airport, a school, the workplace, you're going to have positive COVID cases. We need people to be vaccinated to reduce the chance of potential that someone becomes very seriously ill. And if we're, responsible and we listen to the medical experts, we're going to get through this.
For the ZNS News Network, I'm Mukesh Lopinder.
Also making news tonight, the ongoing modernization of the court system continued today with the official launch of the bail management system. The software module will automate the process of applying for and processing bail applications in the Supreme Court through a customized e-application along with a web-based portal for lawyers and other stakeholders. Senior Justice Bernard Turner says the new bail management system is intended to make it easier for a person charged with a crime to apply for bail, which an attorney can do from their office. It also allows those on remand at the Bahamas Department of Corrections who may not have counsel to approach the courts to secure bail faster. The system also comes with physical kiosks at the Bahamas Department of Corrections and a number of police stations on New Providence and Grand Bahama.
Through the use of the kiosk, as the Chief Justice would have indicated, the kiosk located at the Bahamas Department of Correctional Services. To file his application, he can continue to do what persons charged with criminal offenses have always done, which is to write a letter to the courts. But now when that letter is written, it no longer has to go through a process of being physically delivered to the court and a date being fixed. That letter is uploaded electronically to the kiosk located at the Department of Correctional Services and transmitted automatically to the criminal registry responsible for the setting down of bail applications.
With the launch of the bail management system, other modernizations, Chief Justice Brian Morris says more than 50% of court cases are now being heard virtually, while the hearing of urgent bail applications has also been sped up.
Prior to March of 2020, we did not have very many remote hearings. In fact, we used to take some evidence remotely when witnesses were out of the country, but there were no remote hearings as such. Today, on the civil side, we are probably hearing as many as 70 to 80% of court hearings remotely, using either Zoom or WebEx. This has been enormously helpful. The bar has responded very favorably. It has been efficient, it has increased our productivity, and it has allowed us to provide access to justice without having to physically bring large number of persons into the courtroom or into the chambers of the judge.
Now take a closer look at your screen. Detectives at the Criminal Investigation Department need your help tonight to locate 20-year-old DeMargio Lockhart. He's wanted for murder. The only characteristics police provided for the number 23 Charles Vinson Street resident, also known as Toons, was that he has a dark brown complexion. Also from police, 28-year-old Shaquille Stirrup, known as C4, is also wanted by police for murder. Police supplied no address for the suspect, and the only characteristic provided is that he has a dark brown complexion. If you can assist police locate murder suspects 20-year-old Demarcio Lockhart and Shaquille Sturra, please call the Criminal Investigation Division at 502-991 or 9992. Crime Stoppers at 328-TIPS, 911-919, your nearest police station, or you can download the P3 TIPS app.
This portion of the news was brought to you by McDonald's. McDonald's, I'm loving it.
My name is Dr. Nakia Forbes. I am an infectious diseases physician. It's really my pleasure to be a guest here today on Tourism Today as we continue to fight COVID-19 here in the Bahamas, where we're currently having a surge in the third wave of COVID-19 here in country, and we haven't seen the peak of those infections yet. We know that we have to balance health, but there are many other things that are impacted, such as the economy and socialization. Now, a lot of us spend a lot of time at work, and we can't let our guard down at work. For you persons who are working in tourism, you will come into contact with a lot of people. You're going to come in contact with visitors. You'll come in contact with Bahamians and residents who want to get a little holiday away. And if you're in the service and hospitality industry, you're really spending a lot of time face-to-face with people in a lot of situations for the most part. And so I really encourage you, you can keep yourself safe by continuing to follow the public health precautions. That is, you want to wear your mask at work. You want to make sure that your mask is well-fitting. And so it's better if you wear masks that are nice and woven and put together, for example, cotton masks that can help to filter some of these particles. It should fit snugly around your nose and your nose bridge, and it should come under your chin as well. COVID-19 is not going away for a little while. So these are some of the things that we can do to protect ourselves and to reduce the chance of having outbreaks of COVID-19 at work and in country, because those can definitely spread larger. So be safe, everyone. We look forward to having more persons immunized, and hopefully we'll be in a better position as it relates to hospitalizations and deaths and bad outcomes with COVID-19 in country, and see these numbers settle down. And I'm hopeful that that will happen. So wishing you all the best of health and safety. And this is Dr. Nakia Forbes, and thank you for inviting me to Tourism Today.
Life is better with Rubis Rewards. Just fuel up and swipe for your chance to win free fuel, cash back in our stores, restaurant and store discounts from our partners, plus prizes and surprises. It doesn't get better than this. Your Rubis Reward tag is free at every Rubis service station in New Providence. Get yours today. Rubis, it's just better.
Hey, yeah, I just reached. I asked them now because they close in like 5 minutes. Okay, hold on. Oh, sorry. Hi. I heard y'all added more things to pay, like government fees or something?
Yes, sir. We're now accepting payments for Department of Immigration, Department of Labor, and the Royal Bahamas Police Force.
Okay, good. I come to pay a police record and a labor certificate.
Okay, no problem. What's the name?
Uncle Boogaloo.
What's the first name?
Uncle.
And the last?
Boogaloo. You in the system.
Are you paying by cash, sir?
Coins.
Pardon?
Oh, and you could put a couple of them coins on my BPL bill. They just cut me off last night. I don't know what happened. No. Hey, Uncle, you straight. Yeah, don't forget my horse fish now.
Pay your government fees today at Cash and Go.
At BPL, we are champions of safety. We've developed a work culture that is committed to safety at all levels within our organization.
We're more than just co-workers. We're a family. And to safeguard ourselves from injury, we ensure that our junior employees receive on-the-job training from our veteran employees who are more familiar with our safety protocols.
At the completion of every assignment, our crews perform a routine inspection of our system.
We then contact system control for the approval before restoring power to the affected areas. It's a shared responsibility for us. By following these simple but important safety protocols, we'll be able to reach our goal of getting to zero. Zero on-the-job injuries and zero lost time accidents. That's why at BPL for us, it's think safe, work safe, home safe.
Are you or a loved one under medical care? Do you need affordable medical supplies? Ports International is the largest home health care supplier. Medical supplies at the very best price. And you can even shop online. From hospital beds to wound care, wheelchairs to walkers, Ports is a one-stop shop for your medical supplies, and we accept insurance. We have online shopping and 2 locations to serve you, at the Airport Industrial Park and Shirley Street. We also ship to the Family Islands. Shop online and visit us on Facebook. Call Ports at 377-1771.
Everything is changing, and your favorite hardware and home improvement store is getting with the program. We Buy You Sell is rolling out its new online shopping feature. If you go to our website, wbusbahamas.com, it's a quick and easy 3-step process. Step 1, browse the gallery and select your item. Step 2, add to cart. And Step 3, check out. Go to our website, wbusbahamas.com, to shop with us today.
When you wanna save money on your tile supplies, who you gonna call? The Tile King. When you tile your house and you wanna look good, who you gonna call? The Tile King.
Visit the new Tile King showroom, which is internationally recognized as the finest tile showroom in the Caribbean, located in the Builders Mall on Wolf Road.
The Tile King. Who you gonna call? The Tile King.
Tiles on everything.
Hi, I'm Dr. Bonami.
Hi, I'm Dr. Rajesh Pahawa.
Hi, I'm Dr. Jazreel Thompson.
Infectious diseases physician.
I'm radiologist at Doctors Hospital.
An anesthesiologist here at Doctors Hospital.
And I'm fully vaccinated against COVID-19.
I'm fully vaccinated against COVID.
I'm fully vaccinated against COVID-19.
Are you?
Are you?
Are you?
Thanks for staying with us. 132 Bahamian female entrepreneurs recently graduated from the U.S. State Department's Academy of Women Entrepreneurs. They're the program's second cohort in the Bahamas. The AWE program provided $5,000 in seed funding to seven separate female entrepreneurs who excelled in the end-of-program pitch competition. The Bahamas Chamber of Commerce sponsored one of the seed funding grants along with a year's complimentary membership at the Chamber for all 7 finalists. The Bahamas Development Bank set aside $250,000 in microloans for all qualified 2020 and 2021 graduates. The Bahamas was one of 25 countries to pilot the AWE program, which equips women with the tools they need to create and grow their businesses, raise capital, and effectively network with other successful business owners. While taking 13 courses in one semester may be considered a heavy load for a student, but not for Kingsway Academy's straight A student Shania Pinder. The 9th grader is among thousands of students across the country engaged in virtual courses due to the threat of the coronavirus, and boasts about her experience so far.
I am taking all of the standard classes, and I am taking food nutrition and needlework. Being on virtual itself isn't really difficult because I know how to use the computer and the internet. But for children younger than me who are home with their grandparents and stuff, they don't really know how to do that. Also, making sure that you get your assignments in, and if the internet drops or something, that's really stressful. So it's a work in progress.
Despite being adapted to virtual learning, Shania admitted there are some challenges.
I haven't really been experiencing any challenges, but while I'm doing virtual, I have to work around my parents' schedules. So I do virtual a lot in the car. That mobile data is coming in. That's coming in to save me. So while I'm doing it in the car, I would have the camera on me and my books in my hand while we're driving to get through that.
As we enter the break, we'd like to thank all of our viewers watching us live on our social media platforms. And just in case you missed the news, be sure to head there to catch up. Stay with us. There is more news after the break.
How the smartest shoppers are shopping in Nassau. Variety disposable products versus the other guys. $120.40 versus $150. Variety disposable products, 25% savings. Bingo, save $3. Padilla, save $2. Bounty hand towel, $1. And that's how the smartest shoppers saved over $30 on this cart at Variety Disposable.
Shell Unleaded improves your fuel economy, giving increased miles per gallon, allowing you to do more of what you really want. Special additives used in Shell Unleaded improve your engine's efficiency. So go further with Shell Unleaded. Venture out to beaches, Junkanoo, and festivals and bring home memories that will last a lifetime. Shell, fueling journeys that matter.
Secure the ones that you love. Join up with Family Guardian. We offer full protection. Join the family. Join the family. Family Guardian. Protect the ones you love. A brand that you can trust. Family Guardian.
Financial resilience is the ability to withstand and recover from temporary financial hardship and disruptions.
Hi, I'm Ed Fields.
My name is Hope Strowman.
I'm Franklin Butler.
My name is Patrick Ward.
I am Roselle Boxey.
This is Kwesi Thompson. Let's talk financial resilience for a few minutes.
To learn more, visit the Securities Commission of the Bahamas website at scb.gov.bs.
You watch them grow and make plans for them even before they're old enough to talk. You spend a lifetime of sacrifice to pave the way for their success and create a tomorrow you too can be proud of. Can you tell who is the investor? At Leno, we believe everyone who has ever put a penny aside for a future dream is an investor. If you're new to investing, Leno's financial experts stand ready to design plans based on your goals. Let's sit down and explore the options one-on-one and see how, together, we can make your dreams come true. Whether considering traditional investments like a new home, car, your own business, security in retirement, or your child's college fund, we take the confusion out of the process and make an investor out of you. Call 396-3225 for an appointment. Leno, your bridge to the future.
It's Shay here, and welcome to our first installment of Alive's Community Corner. Not only is Alive a digital service provider, and beyond those great deals and services that we provide you, Alive is committed to the community. So here's a look at what we did for Mother's and Father's Day. This episode, and we look forward to sharing with you so many more of our community moments. So why Alive? Because you deserve it.
mindsets. Now that I'm retired, it's the simple things in life that are enjoyable. I couldn't say that a few years ago because I never thought of or planned for the inevitable, and I never considered the debt I would leave my family in.
BAF's final expense plan. Coverage up to $50,000 and it never decreases in value. Affordable monthly payments that never increase. Accidental death coverage and no medical exam or lab test required.
Now that I have BAF's final expense plan, I worry no more.
Today is a day for fun. Today is a day for family. So why should yesterday's worries affect my today? That's why I insure my family with J.S. Johnson, because their mission is to provide us with the best insurance coverage possible. With J.S. Johnson, I know my family comes first, so I take comfort in knowing that they always have us covered, providing us with a great today and an even better tomorrow.
J.S. Johnson Insurance Agents and Brokers, giving you peace of mind.
Simplify your life with SHIP. Office technology, available in 2 locations, Harbour Bay and Madeira Street, Nassau. We provide a variety of affordable electronics, including laptops, tablets, and much more. Our shipping department provides flexible and next-day shipping, with affordable rates as low as $1.49 per pound. Both locations have a wide range of services such as shipping, technology, and locksmithing. Our office rentals start as low as $450 a month. Visit our stores today and let us help you simplify your life.
Residents on Ragged Island stand to benefit in the coming months from a new school and clinic on that southern island. The complex is being built by a New Providence-based Ranmar Precision Development Company. Representative Terrence Dean said the project is expected to be completed by the end of 2022.
We've got 3 classroom blocks. We've got the administrative. We've got a nursing station. We have a tuck shop. And there's another building. Just adjacent to it is going to be the teachers' living quarters. There's going to be able to house 4 teachers. It's designated to be the community center, which includes the hurricane shelter as well as the school itself. And because of the COVID situation, we can't give a definite timeline of when it will be completed. But hopefully it will be near completion by the end of next year.
Well, with some 60 persons hired to work on the project, Dean says there has been some challenges as a result of COVID-19 pandemic.
Everything hinges out of Nassau. Material has to be barged in or shipped on the mill boat. So that slows down the process. And we know that a lot of the places where we get our material from out of the U.S., they have a slowdown in there and getting material to the shipping companies to get them to Nassau to get them here. So logistics has been a problem.
It's time now for a check on Family Island weather with Chief Meteorologist Basil Dean. Good evening, Basil.
Good evening, Jimenita. Outside of our studios, we are under mostly cloudy skies, temperature 86 degrees, the relative humidity at 69%. We have southeast winds at 7 miles per hour, the barometric pressure 1,019.7 millibars, that is 30.303 inches, and the pressure is steady. Temperatures around the islands this evening, they are brought to you by Family Guardian Insurance Company. We're protecting you. 84 degrees in Freeport, Grand Bahama, Green Tool Key, and Marsh Harbor, Abaco, the Berry Islands, Alistown, Bimini, a boat at 86. 86 also in Harbor Island. Rock Sound, Eleuthera, 85. Black Point, Exuma, Camp Space, St. Andrews at 85. Fresh Creek, Central Andrews, 86 degrees. 85s in Otterstown, Cadalla. San Salvador and Rum Key, Georgetown, 86 degrees. 86 in Ragged Island. Clarence Sound, Long Island, and Crooked Island. Betsy Bay, Maguana, 84. Acklands, 84. Matthew, Taninago, 83 degrees. And the Turks and Caicos Islands at 85 degrees. And your boating forecast tonight is brought to you by Builders Ball, home of FYP, the Tile King, and the Paint Center. In the Northwestern Islands tonight through tomorrow, easterly wind speeds around 10 to 15 knots, wave heights 2 to 4 feet. Low tide will take place at 8:17 tonight, another low tide at 8:18 tomorrow morning. In the central and southeastern islands through Tuesday, easterly winds at 12 to 18 knots, and your wave heights 3 to 6 feet with a caution flag in place. And as we roll into the middle of the week in the northwestern islands, the winds increase 12 to 18 knots, backing becoming northeast as a result of a system heading our way. We'll tell you about that later on in the newscast. Wave heights building 3 to 6 feet. Low tide on Wednesday, 9:27 in the morning, high tide at 4 in the afternoon. In the central and southeastern islands on Wednesday, the winds fall off light and variable, flat seas 1 to 2 feet over the ocean with no caution flags in place. That's going to do it for your boating forecast. It's time now for your international temperatures, and they are brought to you by Royal Star Assurance.
Continue to fight. Give them peace and love, and everything will be all right. Say, hey, na, na. Hey, na, na. Hey, na, na. Hey, na, na. Give me, give me, give me, give me. Give me the music. Wow. Give me, give me, give me, give me. Give me the grooving. Give me, give me, give me, give me. Woo. Give me the
And that's going to do it for your international temperatures, brought to you by Royal Star Assurance. But stay tuned. Your extended weather forecast is still ahead.
Not having the choice to dine indoors is so 2020. Make your appointment to be vaccinated today.
This message has been brought to you by the Government of the Bahamas in conjunction with the Broadcasting Corporation of the Bahamas.
At Fourth Terrace Diagnostic Center, we provide imaging services to meet all your family's needs. Same goes for imaging at Grosvenor. We're the imaging experts. We never schedule multiple appointments, so you'll be in and out in no time. And if your initial screening reveals a concern, our radiology specialist can consult your doctor and conduct an alternative screening right then and there. Results are ready within 24 hours. Call 328-8157 to schedule an appointment at Fourth Terrace Diagnostic Center or Imaging at Grosvenor today.
Every day, it takes a commitment to quality, a commitment to the people. Here at Impact, we commit to you, to providing you with the best, most efficient waste management service in the country. Across the Bahamas, every home and any event is within our reach. Let the fastest growing and most reliable team help keep your Bahamas clean. Impact Waste Management Company, committed to you.
Everyone's excited about the $8 meal of the day. Every day, it's a different 6-inch sub, plus chips and a 20-ounce drink for just $8. That feels like fresh value. Come in any day of the week for one of your favorite 6-inch subs, like turkey breast, meatball marinara, sweet onion chicken teriyaki, Black Forest ham, Italian BMT, oven roasted chicken, and tuna. Then add chips and a 20-ounce drink, and you've got the $8 meal of the day. A great meal at a great price every day of the week, only at Subway.
Check off all your items at Super Value and Quality Supermarkets. Rainbow spaghetti and meatballs, 15-ounce, 99 cents. Felice ready cut macaroni, 14-ounce, 99 cents. Amarlanda fresh milk, 33.8 ounce, 2 for $2.75. Boneless strip steaks, $8.99 per pound. Yellow onions, 3-pound bag, $2.99. Open Monday through Saturday, 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. with double stamps on Sundays at Super Value and Quality Supermarkets.
Across the Bahamas, we're more connected than ever before as we upgrade and expand our network, elevating your connection with BTC Superfast Fiber Internet. More people can access the best high-speed internet on our upgraded all-fiber optic network, providing you with a better experience working remotely, learning virtually, accessing more from home, and connecting with more opportunities. Visit our website or any store to upgrade to our super-fast fiber internet experience on the Bahamas' best fiber network.
Hurricane season is here, so now's the time to start checking off your list.
Make note of what you have. Test your batteries, radio, flashlights, and the expiry date on your first aid kit. You may have to replace a few things. Then make sure you have at least 1 gallon of drinking water per day for each person, 2 weeks supply of non-perishable food, a cooler for ice, and if you have an infant, pack a bag of baby items. Keep spare toilet paper, paper towels, and sanitation wipes, along with cleanup supplies, trash bags, waterproof packaging for personal documents, and mosquito repellent. Have 2 extra face masks per person and enough hand sanitizer and life vests for everyone in the household. And have a plan. If shelter gets compromised, plan with household members beforehand how you will escape. That might mean having a knife, axe, crowbar, or other tool to pry open a door, window, or roofing in an emergency. For more information and a full hurricane prep checklist, visit ZNSBahamas.com.
It is important to take precautions to reduce your risk of getting infected with COVID-19, even when you go to the grocery store. Practice physical distancing that is 6 feet apart from others while you wait in line to enter the store. 1 person per household needs to go. Use wipes to disinfect the cart or basket handle that you select. Avoid touching your face, unnecessary items, and surfaces. Try to touch only what you are buying. So carry a grocery list to help you move along quickly. Do not forget to wear a cloth mask while you do your shopping and carry hand sanitizer with you. Practice physical distancing that is 6 feet apart from others as you shop and at the cash register. Spend as little time as possible in the store and get enough groceries to last you for a while. Once your groceries are packed and loaded, use hand sanitizer and rub your hands together until they are completely dry. When you come home from the grocery store, take off your shoes at the door and put all of your grocery bags in one area. Disinfect your grocery bags. Rinse produce and wipe down cans and packages with soap and water before you put them away. Wash your hands thoroughly for 20 seconds when you are done. Wash your clothes and your reusable grocery bags.
This message has been brought to you by the Ministry of Health in conjunction with the Broadcasting Corporation of the Bahamas.
Time now for weather.
In our final look at weather in the tropics, Tropical Storm Nicholas at 5 o'clock was about 70 miles just to the south of the southern coast of Texas. It's moving towards the north-northeast at about 12 miles per hour. Maximum sustained winds at 65 miles per hour. But this storm could get near hurricane intensity just before making landfall later on tonight. And in the Bahamas, we have this area just to the east of us that we're looking at. Nothing has happened as yet, but looking at the models, they all suggest that an area of low pressure could form just to the north of the southeast Bahamas within the next day or two, and it's going to be moving towards the north-northwest. Whatever happens, is going to be a rain-producing system as of Wednesday of this week. And then we still have lots of moisture over the northwest Bahamas that facilitated the scattered showers and isolated thunderstorms experienced today, much of which will be repeated again tomorrow. Our forecast tonight, mostly cloudy with showers and thunderstorms in parts of the area. 76, that will be a low temperature tonight. And tomorrow, we're looking at cloudy intervals with showers and thunderstorms. They will be in spots. 90 degrees for your high temperature tomorrow. And the extended weather forecast, 90s right through the cycle. And those off and on showers and thunderstorms will be with us right into Friday. It seems though the weekend is looking a lot better with lots of sunshine developing on Sunday. And that will take us into the early part of next week. Jimmy.
Thanks, Basil. That does it for the Bahamas tonight. We thank you for continuing to make ZNS your #1 news and information network. Only the sun covers the Bahamas better than ZNS. On behalf of the entire team, thanks for watching and good night.
You're watching the ZNS Network, the People's Station.
Coming up in the news, an apparent sickout at the Department of Social Services. Major upgrades being done to a landmark in East Grand, Bahama. And a shooting incident sending 2 people to hospital. The Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition, starts now.
This is the Bahamas Tonight, Northern Edition.
This is the Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition. Good evening, all. I'm Megan Shepard. Thank you so much for tuning in. Topping news: in just 3 days, the electorate will make an important decision that will chart the course of the country for the next 5 years. As preparations are being finalized by the Parliamentary Registration Department, more is being done to ensure a smoother process come Thursday. Shashina Rolf-Farquharson has more.
While in the nation's capital, there was quite a stir on advanced poll day. Here on Grand Bahama, the process went relatively smoothly. Assistant Parliamentary Commissioner Denise Pinder admits, though, that the major challenge was the long lines, as more persons signed up to vote early than ever before. But she says on Election Day, the plan is to give greater attention to the elderly and the disabled.
We are hoping that we'll have an additional resources where those elderly on the line, particularly queuing on the outside, that we'll be able to get them in. And we're also making efforts to place tents at many of the sites so that if they are waiting their turn because of the lines just for those categories of persons, too, the elderly and disabled, they can wait in the shade. And the extra manpower we're trying to have in place will be able to come and get them so that they can be expedited at the various polling places that they're waiting to get in.
The good news is the majority of persons who signed up for the advance poll did show up to vote. In Central Grand Bahama, 576 of the 721 voters took advantage of the advance poll. In East Grand Bahama, 529 of the 721 eligible voters showed up. In Marco City, 650 of the 773 persons voted. Pine Ridge, 604 of the 773 also did. And West Grand Bahama, 375 of the 448 eligible voters also took advantage of early voting.
Basically, because overall on Grand Bahama, 2,924 of the 3,521 persons who were on the register for that day cast a ballot.
But now, with quarantine voters getting the all clear to vote, organization and social distancing is key.
Everyone will be on the same line. There's no identifying these individuals, and that is why we're going to need the cooperation of all persons who are out and about on Election Day. We're going to use the COVID police officers, the police officers, and we'd like the public to please comply with the safety protocols are in place.
Shashina Rolf-Farquharson, ZNS Network News.
Those who are in quarantine and registered to vote in the September 16th general election will be able to leave quarantine to cast their vote. The Office of the Prime Minister advising that the eligible quarantine person must immediately return to their place of quarantine after voting at the appropriate polling station and ensure that they wear a mask which is fitted to the face, covering the nose and mouth. Additionally, maintain a distance of 6 feet and sanitize hands before entering the polling station. The Office of the Prime Minister is reminding members of the public, vaccinated and unvaccinated, to practice all of the COVID-19 prevention protocols at all times. Bahamians and residents are strongly urged to get vaccinated as soon as possible. To make an appointment, persons can visit vax.gov.bs or make a walk-up appointment at any vaccination center. Meantime, the Ministry of Health reporting that there are 86 new COVID cases in the country, 70 in New Providence, 8 in Grand Bahama, 1 in the Berry Islands, 3 in Exuma, and 4 in Andros. Hospitalized cases are at 187. 27 are in Grand Bahama, including 4 in the ICU. The death toll is at 463, and there are 1,668 active cases. In other news, our ZNS newsroom receiving reports that social workers did not report to work today. Here in Grand Bahama, the Social Services Department operated with minimal staff as employees from within most units called in sick. It is believed that workers are fed up because of a myriad of issues that are not being addressed. We spoke with the acting deputy director for the Northern Bahamas about the impact on the daily operations. Rumiko Knowles has more.
It's not your typical day here at the Department of Social Services. As you can see behind me, the parking lot is pretty much empty. Acting Deputy Director for the Northern Bahamas, Charlamagne Fernandez, says it was just this morning that she started receiving calls that employees will not be reporting to work.
Today we are extremely short-staffed. We had a significant and unusual number of persons calling in sick. Although they call in sick, they didn't specifically stay while they're calling in sick. So we're very short-staffed today.
Now, back in late July, employees of the Social Services Department in Grand Bahama stood outside the establishment during their lunch hour to stage a protest, calling for their concerns to be addressed, some of which include unfair treatment, payment of increases, and better working conditions. Fernandez says she is unable to say at this time if that is the reason for the apparent sick-out.
Persons may have some concerns, but as I mentioned to you earlier today, they didn't specify this morning why they were calling in sick, and I don't think it would be fair of me to speculate. I can only report what I know to be the case. An unusual number of persons call in sick. They didn't specify why they were calling in sick.
She adds that it is also unclear at this time as to how long the workers will be out sick. But despite the empty hallways, chairs, and cubicles, she says the Department of Social Services will still be open.
I am hopeful that persons will report to work tomorrow so we can get back to the normal speed of operation. But of course, that remains to be seen. I can say to you here in the Northern Bahamas, we will continue to serve the public, and I'm sure that's the case across the Department of Social Services. Whoever is here on that work, we're going to serve the public to the best of our ability.
Rumiko Knowles, ZNS Network News.
Police on Grand Bahama are investigating a shooting incident in 8 Mile Rock. The incident taking place around 7 p.m. on Saturday on Bayshore Road. Reports say an adult male and a female were inside their vehicle near Sunset Village when occupants of a dark-colored Japanese vehicle fired shots into the vehicle, resulting in the female passenger receiving injuries to the left shoulder, left palm, and head. The male driver sustained injuries to the face. EMS attended the scene and both victims were taken to hospital where they are both listed in serious condition. An adult male is assisting police with their investigations. In other news, it's considered a landmark in the Grand Bahama community. The Casuarina Bridge that was constructed in the late 1950s is partially closed. Tonight, top officials of the Grand Bahama Port Authority are providing some insight into the closure and note that it's all a part of improving the quality of life for all residents on the island. Italia Hall reports.
You may have noticed signs advising you to slow down, as well as a road closure notice in the Lakaya area just before you cross the Casuarina Bridge. That is because the Grand Bahama Port Authority is preparing to undergo a major project. Senior Manager of the Sales and Development Department at the Grand Bahama Port Authority, Charles Pratt, says since Hurricane Dorian, Lakaya Services Company Limited, LUSCO, has been assessing all of the infrastructure in the Lakaya community to ensure that road users remain safe and to maintain the quality of living in that area.
Our assessments over the time have shown that some of the infrastructure was impacted, especially after Dorian, like the bridge, both bridges, so Jack and Casuarina Bridge, as well as the waterway inlets, like the Grand Lucayan Waterway and Fortune Bay Inlet. We have, since Dorian, undertaken a series of assessments As you can imagine, it's a very protracted process. Pandemic did not help that process.
Deputy Director of City Management at the GBPA, Troy McIntosh, says contractors will begin work shortly.
Dorian would have done minor erosion to the slopes of the bridge, and so there's no major issues, but of course we see it necessary to carry out works, and to carry out work we needed to do some detour, having persons drive on the eastern side of the bridge to traverse to and from town. And so it was very necessary to do that in the immediate so we can proceed actually with the works.
He's asking motorists to drive carefully.
We have seen persons traversing on the right-hand side of the road, just to remind motorists that in the country of the Bahamas, Freeport is no different. You always drive on the left-hand side of the road. And so if you are going up the bridge on the right-hand side, divided lane, then you know you're in the wrong lane. On approaching the bridge, you would see a sign some 1,000 feet away that tells you prepare to detour, road lane close ahead. The next one you would see would say 600 feet away, lanes over the bridge are closed. You're going to make a slight right turn, and then followed by a 300 feet. Of course, just preparing you to reduce your speed, and also you'd see a posted speed limit of 15 miles an hour. So we're asking persons to pay attention. We've seen persons distracted on the phones, or maybe talking in cars, and as a result, miss the signs. So when they get to the area where they need to continue to go through the delineators, they find themselves making mistakes.
Now, work is expected to be complete sometime in 2022. It's Halia Hall, ZNS Network News.
Stay with us. There's more news right after this break.
For your large and small generators, propane and butane stoves, LED flashlights, fuel canisters, coolers, batteries, gas and electric chainsaws, cooking supplies, tarps, matches, duct tape, and more.
Third Dimension on Yellow Pine Street introduces its new home improvement center. Step into our brand new, fully stocked showroom for the latest in doors, tiles, housewares, kitchenwares, bathwares, vanities, power tools, electrical, and plumbing supplies. So stop by our showroom to view our full range of products or call the Home Advisor hotline at 602-0935 today. We are your home advisors.
Best rate, no delay. Best rate, no delay.
BTC gives more savings on the best fiber internet. It's super fast with super savings in every package. Compare and see for yourself. Enjoy the best home internet experience for all your work, study, and entertainment.
Best rate, no delay. Best rate, no delay.
Visit a BTC store to sign up for the best internet experience on the Bahamas' best fiber network.
Hi, I'm Wes. I'd like to put some shoes on your feet.
Hi, I would like to put some shoes on your feet.
Hi, I want to put some shoes on your feet.
I want to put some shoes on your feet.
Hi, I want to put some shoes on your feet.
Let us put shoes on your feet.
We're going again with McAlpine. We can't lose with McAlpine. Pine Ridge keep on holding on. Keep moving strong with McAlpine. The man for all seasons. Every time you call on him, McAlpine coming through. No matter how big the problem, he's there for the people. Working together, making it better. We're going again with McAlpine. We can't lose with McAlpine. Pine Ridge keep on holding on. Keep moving strong with McAlpine. Pine Ridge go mark your edge to McAlpine. McAlpine is the best. McAlpine. Keep moving strong with McAlpine.
I'm Patrick A. McAlpine, and I approve this message.
Yes, sir. What you saying, bro?
Man, everything cool. Right here waking dead hot. What you doing for lunch?
You catch me here checking out the ZNet Shopping Network site? I looking at this out to sea deal.
Yeah? How do one go?
For $30, you get a $50 coupon. 20% off fish at the stand, plus you get $10 in minutes.
Man, you can't beat that.
Well, out to sea it is.
Log on to www.ZNSShoppingNetwork.com. Select the island of your choice and shop anywhere, anytime.
Your number one news team covering the North. The Bahamas Tonight, Northern Edition.
Welcome back. The United States Embassy in New Providence graduating 132 Bahamian female entrepreneurs. The ceremony taking place in the nation's capital last week. The United States Embassy in Nassau, in partnership with the Access Accelerator Small Business Development Center of the Bahamas, SBDC, officially graduated 132 Bahamian female entrepreneurs during a pre-recorded video message broadcast on social media. The Academy for Women Entrepreneurs, AWE, is a U.S. State Department program started in 2019 to support female entrepreneurs around the world. This is the second cohort of the AWE program in the Bahamas. The AWE program provided $5,000 in seed funding to 7 separate female entrepreneurs who excelled in the end of program pitch competition. Moreover, the U.S. Embassy has welcomed 2 additional partners to the AWE program this year. The Bahamas Chamber of Commerce sponsored one of the $5,000 seed funding grants, along with a year's complimentary membership at the Chamber for all 7 finalists. In addition, the Bahamas Development Bank has set aside $250,000 in microloans for all qualified AWE graduates from both the 2020 and 2021 cohorts. U.S. Chargé d'Affaires Usha Pitts congratulating the graduates, noting that they were able to reach beyond New Providence and Grand Bahama in 2021 to include many family islands like Eleuthera, Abaco, Andros, Exuma, and Acklins Island, and calling the economic activity in the AWE program extraordinary. The Bahamas was one of 25 countries to pilot the AWE program, which equips women with the tools they need to create and grow their own businesses, raise capital, and effectively network with other successful business owners. For young students, the recipients of scholarships awarded for the fall 2021 semester by Hutchison Port, Freeport Container Port, and the Freeport Harbor. Danica Cunningham, Carriel Stewart, Ricardo Williams, and Ashley Poitier, all students interested in the sciences, participated in a rigorous vetting process, including essay submissions and interviews conducted by the scholarship committee, as well as managers of departments associated with the disciplines these students are currently pursuing. With the assistance of this grant funding, the students are one step closer to completing their studies and achieving their innovative career goals. It is said that the students are highly focused and display great potential to be assets to the Bahamian workforce and contribute to the future development of our nation. Hutchison Port FCP and Hutchison Port FHC scholarship program has been assisting Grand Bahamian students for more than 20 years. Scholarships are now awarded for a maximum of 4 years and are renewed automatically, provided the student maintains a 3.0 GPA or higher. Recipients will also have an opportunity to work for one of the group's business units during its summer employment program and prioritize employment following graduation. And that's a look at stories making news. Our J. Philippe has your check on sports.
Good evening, I'm Jay Philippe and welcome to Sports. Grand Bahamians are continuing to excel in the various sporting disciplines, from the baseball field to the basketball court. But let's start on the football field with Michael Strawn. Michael Strawn made his NFL debut on Sunday with the Indianapolis Colts, who went up against the Seattle Seahawks. Strawn caught his first career reception early in the first quarter for a 10-yard first down gain. The 6'5" wideout finished the game with 2 receptions for 26 yards in his first appearance for the Colts. The Colts lost the opener 16-28 to Russell Wilson's Seahawks. Up next, the Colts will stay in the NFC West, hosting the Los Angeles Rams on Sunday. Switching gears now, Jonquel Jones and the Connecticut Sun won their 10th straight game, defeating the Phoenix Mercury 76-67. The 6'6" MVP candidate recorded yet another double-double with 12 points and 16 rebounds in 36 minutes of action. With just 2 more games remaining in the regular season, Jones and the Sun has already clinched a playoff berth and has a strong hold on the #1 overall seed. The 2021 WNBA playoffs will begin on Thursday, September 23rd. And finally, in minor league baseball, Grand Bahamian Warren Sanders of the St. Lucie Mets is having a breakout year on the field. The Mets are 56 and 54 overall.
I say we've done a pretty good job adapting to playing this many games in a year. Individually, I say I've been playing pretty good. I've had a good year in my eyes. I feel like even though it's a good year, there's always room for improvement. I can always be better. I can always do better. But on top of that, I feel like I'm very pleased with what I've been doing so far. I feel like these last 2 weeks I can even improve on that and do better and end the year even on a higher note. But I'd say for my first full season, it's been pretty good. And how I want to end the season, just finish strong, you know. Don't take any game, any at-bat, any fielding opportunity for granted. Try to make every play. Try to grind out, work pitches, get hits, still hold 9 yards. Yeah, so I'm just staying locked in, focusing really right now on winning as many ball games as possible because, like I said, we're in a fight for winning our division. We're like 2 games out of first place. So just trying to finish the year strong and hopefully finish the year winning our division and end the year on a good note.
That's a quick check on sports. I'm Jay Philippe. Be blessed.
It's the summer you deserve. Introducing the Alcatel One SE with Freedom 12 plan included. Switch to Alive today. Alive, believe in best.
When you're operating at the highest standards, something remarkable happens.
You don't just meet your goals, you exceed them.
You don't just respond to needs, you anticipate them.
And you know that failure comes with consequences.
You deserve the best we have to offer.
And this is why we're working to ensure that we deliver on our commitments.
And we will take responsibility when we don't.
You have high expectations.
And we're committed to doing what it takes to exceed them.
Island Bedding is the Bahamas' leading manufacturer in mattress sets. But did you know we also carry top quality products like pillows, comforters, sheets, and much more. Our furniture line is also expanding to meet the needs of those rebuilding. We have bedroom sets, sofa beds, recliners, accent pieces, and so much more. Come and experience Island Bedding today, where everybody deserves their own island.
Best rate, no delay. Best rate, no delay.
BTC gives more savings on the best fiber internet. It's super fast with super savings in every package. Compare and see for yourself. Enjoy the best home internet experience for all your work, study, and entertainment.
Best rate, no delay. Best rate, no delay.
Visit a BTC store to sign up for the best internet experience on the Bahamas' best fiber network.
Hi, I'm Olympia Ferguson from Budget Pest Control. On Grand Bahama, there are only 2 types of homes, those with termites and those that will have termites. The signs you should look for are drywood termite fecal pellets, subterranean termite shelter tubes, and of course damaged wood. We now have on Grand Bahama the Coptotermes formosanus, or the super termite, which can do extreme damage in a very short period of time. To know more and to protect your investment, contact the termite experts at Budget Pest Control. With us, it's not just a company behind you, but a family. We are located on 13 Forest Avenue, Call us today at 351-7378.
I actually like the coconut water. I find it to be rather refreshing and quite tasty at the same time. And actually, look at the calories. It actually works for me.
Tell us why you prefer our JBI Junkanoo juice.
Yes, I like this juice because it's all natural. It has natural preservatives. It reminds me of home. And my baby liked this juice, okay? And it's affordable.
I use the kidney beans and milk because it gives me a flavorful rice and a nice pot that everybody loves.
I prefer your tuna because it's chunk and it's light and it has no flavor like any other.
I've been using JBI black beans because it is I'm gluten intolerant and I don't need to pre-cook it. It's already pre-cooked, so it's easy for me to use. And I don't have to worry about any hypersensitivities to the food.
Bye, JBI.
The Ministry of Health is working to ensure the safety of the Bahamian people. Help us minimize the risk that coronavirus poses to citizens, residents, and visitors by following these 5 easy steps. Step 1. Wet your hands with clean water, apply soap and lather for 20 seconds by rubbing them together. Include the top of your hands between your fingers and under your fingernails. Rinse your hands under clean water, then dry them with a paper towel or air dry them. Remember to wash your hands before and after eating, preparing a meal, changing a diaper, or caring for the sick, and always after using the bathroom, touching money, shaking hands, or taking out the trash. Step 2. Cough and sneeze in your elbow or upper sleeve, not in your hands, not in the air. Or you can cover your nose and mouth with a tissue when you cough or sneeze. Put your used tissue in the trash bin when you're finished. Remember to wash your hands with soap and clean water after you cough or sneeze. Also, remember never to spit on the ground, roads, or in open spaces. Step 3. Ensure that raw meat is properly handled and cooked thoroughly. Step 4. Avoid sharing drinking glasses, eating utensils like spoons and forks, or sharing personal items such as toothbrushes and towels. Germs can live on surfaces we touch, so wipe and disinfect surfaces where germs can live, and keep your surroundings clean. Step 5. Avoid close contact with anyone showing symptoms of respiratory illness, such as coughing or sneezing. Should you or anyone you know feel that you have been exposed to the coronavirus, contact the surveillance unit of the Ministry of Health immediately. To reach us, call 502-4776, 502-4790, or 502-4737. We want Bahamians and those that live with and visit us to remain safe from the coronavirus. To do this, we need the help of each and every one of you to follow the simple steps we have shared. Let's stay safe, Bahamas.
Your #1 news team covering the North. The Bahamas Tonight, Northern Edition.
Charmaine Johnson, you are our Facebook friend of the day, and we thank you so much for your support. That's going to do it for us here in the North, but be sure to stay tuned as the Bahamas Tonight continues. On behalf of the entire news team, I'm Megan Shepard. Have a wonderful evening.
A few important tips for parents, students, staff, and school visitors to ensure healthy and safe environments for face-to-face learning. Children and staff should remain at home if they display symptoms consistent with COVID-19, such as cough, diarrhea, severe headache, vomiting, or body aches. Have a temperature of 100.4 degrees Fahrenheit or above. Have had contact with an individual diagnosed with COVID-19. Here are additional tips for parents of school-aged children. Ensure that your children are up to date with all recommended vaccines. Provide them with and check their personal protective equipment or PPEs, including hand sanitizers, sanitizing wipes, and hand towels. Provide children with a set of guidelines to govern their movement at school, on the bus, aboard a ferry, or while walking. Teach children proper hygiene and health protocols such as covering the mouth and nose with a tissue to cough or cough and sneeze into the elbow, and to always practice social distancing. All visitors to school campuses should complete a self-check before seeking entrance. Visitors will not be allowed to enter campuses if they are experiencing symptoms of congestion, dry cough, breathing difficulties, sore throat, and/or chills. Let's follow these steps to ensure a safe and healthy school year.
You're watching the ZNS Network, the People's Station.
Good day, everyone, and I hope you're staying safe. First time at a drive-in event? Well, here are some tips for you. Step number 1. Space is limited. First come, first serve. Once spaces are filled, that is it. Step number 2. Please stay in your vehicles. No exceptions. Your safety is so important to us. Step number 3. Pack your snacks. There will be no vendors on site, so please pack accordingly. No noise, please. Let's save our horns or excessive noises for after speeches. Let us give our speakers the utmost respect and not serve as a distraction for them. If you must use the restroom, please flash your lights once. An usher will come and escort you to and from the facility. Now that you have your tips, relax and have a great time. But don't forget, it's about your future. Ready to get started? In 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Honk your horns, FNMs! You know they gotta hear us in the South, and they gotta hear us in Nassau, and we go to Bimini later, so they gotta hear us in Bimini. Honk your horns, FNMs! All right, I'm feeling good tonight. We're going to have a great time out here. We are here in North Abaco at the drive-in rally here in Cooperstown, and we're going to have a great time, FNMs and everyone, and we're going to show FNMs all around this country that North Abaco stay in red. All right, so we're going to start this evening off with an opening prayer by Bishop Silbert Mills, and immediately following, we will stand at attention for the playing of the national anthem. Thank you.
Please, let's reverence God this evening. Father, today we give you thanks for the wonderful privilege we have to live in a nation like this, where we declare the supremacies of God and that we will have abiding respect for Christian values. Tonight, as we come assembled, we ask God that we would be like the children of Israel, don't move without your presence going with us. And so we ask that as we assemble, let your presence be with us each step of the way. For every speaker, we pray that you give them deliverance. We ask, God, that you would give us words that would encourage our hearts and guide us through all truth. Thy word is truth. Bless, we pray, and protect us as we go through this time. And we pray for this country, Lord, That God, as we move through this country, we would never forget it was you who brought us this far. And we come tonight to give you thanks and to give you all the praise. You're worthy of the glory. You're worthy of the praise. We lift our hearts and praise to you. In Jesus' name we pray. And all God's people say, amen.